guys are playing Boise State. That's obviously a big rivalry. You've been in this community for a long time. I guess what do you feel like Nevada-Boise State means to the community?
I mean, it's always a big game. I remember growing up, coming to the games, and it was like when Nevada was playing Boise, it was always sold out, and that was like the game to go to.
Maybe one of the biggest moments of your career was against Boise State. I guess that return for a touchdown. I guess what did that moment mean to you?
That was awesome. I mean, my grandparents grew up in Idaho, in Boise, and so they were always huge Boise fans. So it was pretty funny that my first ever college touchdown was versus Boise.
I think one of your kind of dream schools was Boise State growing up. Is that accurate to say?
It was. That is true.
So what it will be like to play them again on the blue?
It's going to be awesome. And last time I played them, I played like probably only 10 snaps a receiver. So it'll be nice to get like a full game versus them and see what we can do.
Coach Joe was at Boise for a while as well. Do you feel like this game might mean a little bit more to him given his history there?
I think so. I mean, if you've been a place before, it's got to raise the standard to make you want to win. And Coach Ione, too, he was there, so I'm sure he's getting the defense all riled up about it.
You guys are going to be going against Ashton Genty. Obviously, that's not your side of the ball, but I mean, how excited are you for this defense just to get the opportunity to play against potential Heisman?
It's a great opportunity for them. Like Tori mentioned, if you're trying to go to the league, this is a game to show you can tackle because he's obviously very good at breaking tackles. So it's a great opportunity for them to really show their skill set.
You guys, with these last 3 games, I guess what's kind of required to feel like 2024 was the step in the right direction you guys have been looking for this season?
Continue progressing, continue to work. Like if you saw our practices, you wouldn't think that our record is what it is. Everyone's still grinding, trying to do what they can do to keep getting better. That's about it.
One of my coworkers doing a story on Jaden Smith. I guess what do you like about watching him play?
I mean, Jaden Smith is elite. You throw the ball up to him, he's going to come down with it, whether he has one hand, 2 hands. He's a great leader in our receiver room. He knows a lot about the game. Great dude overall. I got nothing but good things to say about Jaden.
Obviously got like size for the next level too. I guess what do you see as his potential future?
I think he's going to be a very good NFL receiver with his frame, his route running, because a lot of big guys, they can't get in and out of breaks. Jaden gets in and out of his breaks very well. And like I said, even if you're glued to him, he's still probably going to catch the ball.
Also doing something on Michael Coates. What have you seen from him that makes him such an elite cornerback this season?
I would say the way he practices. He practices very hard, doesn't take any plays off. Even with all the success he has, he knows he needs to continue to get better. And so he's just a high motor dude that likes to work.
Obviously not the biggest guy either, I guess, in terms of what he's been able to do at his size. How impressive has that been?
It's very impressive. I think that comes down to just wanting more, but he's great.
National TV, sold-out crowd, top, I think, 12 in the nation. I guess, what could you guys show in this game if you're able to go out there and win this one off them?
Yeah, I mean, it's every player's dream, playing a packed house, on TV, ranked team. I mean, that's all you can ask for as a player to try and prove yourself, and a great opportunity for Nevada to show what we really can do.
Obviously, a lot of people look at the offense and Ashton Genty, but this defense has been really good as well. I guess what stands out about them and what you guys are going to have to do to move the ball? I
would say they're very well coached. They fly around. They're physical. I think that has to do with like the tradition at Boise. They've always kind of had like guys that just wanted a lot. They're very fundamentally sound. Not a lot of busts in coverage.
Not to lump all these small rural kids together, but did you know Ben Dooley at all when he was playing at
Yeah, I
Churchill
did.
County?
I played Ben Dooley.
Okay.
I did.
To see him having success at Boise State, I guess how cool is that just to know that these rural Nevada boys can go out and play at a pretty high level?
It's super cool. I mean, it just kind of shows like, yeah, obviously the league isn't the greatest league around here, but there are guys that come out of it and can play at the next level.
Do you know what your record against them was? Against Churchill County during those days?
I know my senior year we were 0-2. Our 2 losses, we lost to them in regular season by 1 point, and then we lost to them in state.
Okay, any payback in this game, I guess?
I'm hoping so.
Well, I'm just talking about the challenge of trying to slow down Ashton Genty, obviously one of the best players in the nation.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great running back, as we all know, but the key for us is just tackling him low, getting at the motors, and running our feet on contact and just getting tackles. As many people to the ball as possible is really going to be like the key to bring him down and stopping the offense that they have.
When you watch him on film, what stands out about his abilities?
Just his center of gravity and how well he is able to balance through contact and yards after contact. But, I think that we definitely have the guys on the field to stop him and bring him down.
What kind of opportunity is this for you guys? I mean, that guy's being mentioned as a potential Heisman winner, so to be able to play against him and show what you guys can do.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great opportunity for us, especially for the guys that have these draft expectations to really showcase their talents against, arguably probably the best running back in this draft class and one of the top guys taken off the board. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to go out and compete and just really show what we have.
What else stands out about the offense? Obviously, it's not just him. The quarterback threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, I mean, they got, great players all around, but, they like to do a lot of trick plays, a lot of Y hides and just stuff like that. But I think we just get our eyes in the right spots and stick to being disciplined in what we know and how we play football. I think we have a great opportunity to, challenge them and get a win out of it.
Seems like Ashton's kind of slowed down a little bit in terms of his yards per carry. Is there anything you've noticed the last couple of games that you guys can key off of?
I know he's dealing with an elbow injury, so I think, just attacking those, weak spots in his game. And, he likes to use his stiff arm quite a bit, but he has a tendency with his stiff arm to, let the ball loose. So attacking that ball off those opportunities and, like I said before, just get to the ball and populate and punish him.
You guys hadn't gotten any fumble recoveries so far this season, but you did get the ball on the ground a couple of times last week. How much of a focus has that been to try and, get a takeaway via a fumble?
It's been a pretty big focus. Every week we go through these takeaway circuits, and we've been trying to emphasize getting the ball on the ground through punch outs as well as getting picks. So that's been a big emphasis for us to really try and gain momentum as a defense and try and make a game-changing play.
How would you assess how the run defense has played over the last couple of weeks?
I think overall, we've had some errors here and there, but I think as a group we're still fundamentally strong and, just going back to the fundamentals as we were in the first couple of games where we had really strong defensive stands. So I think, just going back to those basics, I think we're still a great team versus the run. We just got to clean up one or two things.
Obviously, this has been a big rivalry for Nevada over the decades. I guess when you think of playing Boise State and what that means to this community, what kind of stands out to you?
Like you said, it's just a big rivalry. It always has been. So I think everyone's pretty geared up throughout the community just to go out and, especially facing an opponent, who's highly ranked in the AP polls. And, Nevada has a history of knocking Boise off in the past when they've been highly ranked, so looking to do that again.
Coach Schott has ties to Boise as well. It's kind of helped launch his career. I mean, what do you think it would mean to be able to give him a win going back to Boise?
I think it'd be huge, especially with Iona as well, coming from Boise from last year. I think this is a big game for those guys, so I think, as a defense and as a team that everyone's geared up to really go out and put our best performance on the field, not only for them, but for the community as well.
Think it's an edge having Kane having some kind of inside information on Boise State's offense being there?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he knows how the guys are going to play. He knows the OC's mind. So he was there for a few years, so he knows the players and the personnel. So I think he's really going to do a great job of scheming this game up and giving us the best opportunity.
You're seeing more and more playing time, I guess. How has that felt, just getting out there and being a bigger contributor to the defense?
Yeah, it's been great. I've just been trying to get on the field and make most of my opportunities. I've had guys help me along the way, especially with Naki. Naki's been a big mentor to me, and especially this last couple of weeks, just helping coach me up and give me pointers here and there to really just go out on the field and make the most of my opportunity.
I think you led the team in tackles last game, I guess. How would you assess how you've played and where you feel like you've done well?
Yeah, I think I've been pretty strong in the run game, and, I think tackling is one of my strong suits. So I think, I've just been able to, when I get my opportunities on the field, go out and perform and help contribute to this team and make a difference.
You guys probably not where you want to be record-wise, so I guess what do you guys want to do with these last 3 games to feel like you took a step forward in 2024?
I think a big thing and a big focus for us is really trying to hit that breakthrough point. We've been really close throughout this season, and just trying to knock off a big team like Boise or UNLV, and just get a win against a good Air Force team. Those are just things that we're just focusing on. Try and go win the week, go 1-0 every day, and just focus on getting a win just to hit that breakthrough point and carry us on to next season.
Not a big secret what these next 3 teams want to do. I mean, all of them are really run-heavy teams. That's what they want to do.
Right.
So I guess how do you feel like your defense matches up against a team that really is a run-heavy outfit?
I think our defense will match up great against it. I think we've been strong in the run all year. I think we're well matched up against the run, and we'll have great success against a lot of these teams.
One of my colleagues is doing a story on Michael Coates. He's having a phenomenal season. I guess what has he meant to the defense this year?
I mean, he leads the team in interceptions, and he's having a tremendous year. I mean, always brings great energy, and he's a standout guy. So I think everyone's just really stoked to have his presence on the field. He's a game-changing player. So it's just great to have one of those guys on the team that's consistent week in and week out.
You look at like the measurables, he might not be there in terms of what you're looking for at a cornerback. What makes him play bigger than his size?
I think it's his mentality. He's relentless at the point of contact, and he's just, he's always looking for an opportunity to take away the ball and, capitalize on when the ball's in there. He's always trying to go get it. So I think he just has great fundamentals and technique. He might not be the stature. I think just the way he plays and the effort he plays with is what separates him.
Sold out crowd, more than 40,000, going to be on national Fox. I guess what does that mean for this program to try and go make a statement on the national stage?
I think we're just going to treat it like every other game. It's not about the people that are going to be watching, but it's about who's in this organization and how we can affect the game for each other and how we can stand as a group, as a collective, and just play for each other and, tune out the outside noise. The crowds are great, but at the end of the day, it comes down to who's in the locker room, who's on the field, and who's playing.
Last couple games have kind of gotten away from you guys. I guess how important is it to be more competitive in these last three and kind of return to the quality of play you guys were showing toward the first 7-8 games of the season?
Yeah, it's been a struggle for sure, and everyone can get down at times, but it's next play mentality. So game's over, can't try and focus on it too much. So just week in, week out, just trying to get back to the fundamentals and doing what we know how to do and playing to the best of our ability. So trying to be at a more competitive state is just always something that we're focused on here, and just going to make the most of every opportunity that we can.
Naki obviously in his last year here. So how has this enhanced playing time kind of helped you as you get ready for next season or maybe a starting role?
Yeah, I think it's been great. It's really helped me be able to, get some of that playing experience so I can continue to use these plays and just, experience to the best of my ability and carry it on next year. And so I think, with him just being there throughout since I was a freshman here and helping me just really learn the game and slow it down, and now getting on the field and actually being able to put that to use, I think it's been a great help and will help me increase my level of play and game experience overall.
So playing against Ashton Genty, a potential Heisman winner, I guess how excited are you guys for this opportunity?
It's pretty exciting. He's a good player, special player, so we have to play a special game to go beat him.
You guys played against him in 22. He came here. I guess what do you remember about seeing him?
To be honest with you, I don't remember a whole lot. That was quite a while ago, but I'm excited to see him on Saturday.
Yeah, when you watch him on film, I guess what kind of stands out about what makes him so good?
Yeah, he's tough to tackle. He breaks a lot of tackles and then turns those into big runs. So that's kind of what makes him special.
One of their offensive linemen, Ben Dooley, I think 66, originally from these parts in Fallon. I guess have you seen him on film? I guess what kind of?
Yeah, I've been watching him. He's a good player, but I think that we're a good defensive line too.
How much you looking forward to the challenge as a unit, though, then to prove that you guys can stack up against one of the nation's best players?
I think that it's a good challenge for us. I think that we've been playing tough teams and tough offensive line, so it'd be nice to, take on another good one and see how, we match up against them.
Obviously, your coordinator pretty familiar with Boise State. Do you feel like that's an edge at all going into this game?
I'm sure that he has a personal kind of edge to him for this game, wants to go in there and prove, something against them. But, we'll do whatever he tells us and we'll ride out the game plan that he puts in.
Coach Judd obviously has ties over to Boise State as well. You guys looking at you want to win for yourself, but do you think that'd be an important victory for him to go back to Boise and get a win?
100%. Wins are tough, and especially conference wins are tough. Any win that we can get is a good win, and especially against a top team like Boise State this year would be an awesome one for us.
Did you go to the 2021 game when you guys went out there and won?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not go out there, but I remember watching the game. It was an awesome game that we did out there.
It's one of the better-known venues.
Yeah.
It'll be sold out. You guys are going to be playing on Fox National, so I guess you feel like this is an opportunity for Nevada to kind of show the nation what you're made out of?
100%. I think that this is a great opportunity to kind of prove the haters wrong on us a little bit for us. And, it's a great opportunity, especially on national television, to go up against a good team like Boise State.
Obviously not one-dimensional. Their quarterback just threw for 300 yards and 4 touchdowns. I guess when you look at the offense overall, what are the biggest challenges they pose? Yeah,
they have a good quarterback. Obviously, Genty's a great player. Then their tight end's also a pretty good player. So, I think that we just need to play a good, clean, fundamental game, and I think that we'll stack up good against them, hopefully.
One of the more tenured players in this program, I guess, what do you know about the Boise State-Nevada rivalry that maybe you can share with some of the younger guys?
Well, I know that there's a lot of history with that rivalry. I remember, I've heard stories about, like, the 2010 team beating them. And then I remember us, when I was a younger player, going into Boise and beating them. I forgot what kind of home record they had before going into there, but then we broke that record back then. So, to share those stories that, this team – has history of beating these guys is a good thing to push to all the other players.
Coach Burge or anybody, who has links back to Nevada in those days talk to the team at all about it?
No, but I'm sure he's talked to his players about it. But no, I haven't heard anything from those guys.
How do you feel like you guys have played as a run defense team? I mean, you look at these last 3 games, Boise State, Air Force, and UNLV, it's not really any secret what they want to do on offense.
Right. I think that the run defense it's an interesting deal. I'm not exactly too sure on what everybody's doing. I kind of know my job, and I think that us interiorly kind of do our job when we try to stop the run.
You guys have had a pretty significant amount of injuries on the defensive line, but still hanging in there. I guess what have you shown about the depth of the front?
I think that, we just kind of work hard. We kind of grab our lunch pail and go out there and we go play. And it doesn't matter if we have to, not sub out or if we are subbing out all the time so that we're preventing the injuries. But all of us can play in that room, which is awesome.
One of my colleagues doing a story on Mike Coach Jr. He's obviously had a really strong season. What's he done for the defense this year?
Mike's an amazing player. I drive Mike almost every day to the facility, and it's kind of cool seeing that guy come in and work every day, and then going out there on Saturdays and doing it also. So we see him.
Live close together? Or he just doesn't have a
car? We live in the same apartment complex, so we all kind of roll. A couple of us roll together. So
what's he like? I guess away from the field.
Away from the field, he's kind of a quiet guy. When I pick him up, he's got his headphones playing his music, but I think that's just him locking in for, the day of work coming ahead.
What do you think's made him play so well? Prototypically size-wise, it's not like, oh, this guy's going to be a lockdown corner, but he has become that.
I think that he's, fundamentally sound, and, I think he comes into practice every day and works. And then also I think he kind of plays with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He likes to go out there against number 1 receivers and lock them down.
You look at your guys' record, it's probably not what you want to be at this point in the season. I guess what do you want to do over these last 3 games to feel like this was the right step in the right direction for this season?
Well, I think that, the season's kind of tough to chalk up. It's I think that we've had a tough schedule, but these last 3 games, we could do some awesome things. And also, I want to get that cannon back.
You guys kind of viewing these as bowl games? Obviously the Boise and UNLV games are pretty big rivalries.
They're big rivalries, and, they're big in-conference games. And so, there's a different attitude when it comes to going up against teams like that.
I think we talked to you earlier this season. You said you like to play run defense. I guess this is a big challenge. How much are you looking forward to this opportunity?
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward for this opportunity in front of us. Yeah, like you said, I love going against running teams because it ain't that much to think about. You got coverage guys. You just get to play fast and come down here. So definitely excited about this week and the opponent that we're facing this week.
That opponent, Ashton Genty, hasn't been held under 100 yards this season. I guess, what are you guys looking to do to try and slow him down?
At the end of the day, first it starts with us. We got to, do our job and, take care of our 20 square feet. Then we can focus on him. But I just think we got to do our jobs. We got to wrap up. When one guy get to him, we got to, populate, punch at the ball, and just the little things.
Talking with the guys, they say really hard to take down with one guy. I guess what makes him such a good player in terms of being able to break tackles?
Just from what I saw, he run hard. He got a strong lower body. That's pretty much he runs hard.
Well, what about the other guys on the offense? Obviously, not just him. Their quarterback just had a 300-yard game, 4 touchdowns. He can do some things too.
Yeah, quarterback definitely does a good job of running that offense. He knows his job, and he do a good job of accepting his role and managing that offense. At the end of the day, I think it's going to come down to how we execute, how we do our job and stuff. So at the end of the day, I think it's about us.
This will be your first game against Boise State, but this is a pretty big rivalry for the school. I guess what do you know about the Boise State Nevada?
I really don't know much about it. I came on my visit a couple years ago, and I remember having it up there. I think it was Colin Kaepernick was here, and they beat him with the field goal. That's all I know about it. But I know it's definitely a big game to this university.
Nationally ranked team. It's going to be sold out. It's going to be on Big Fox. I guess what kind of opportunity is this for you guys to make a statement?
Yeah, play at this level. A lot of guys have dreams of playing at the next level and stuff. And I think it's a game. If you plan on playing at the next level, it's a great opportunity to go out there, show what you could do in front of a sold out crowd, but not just a sold out crowd. You're on national television too.
Obviously, Kane came from Boise State. How helpful is that as you guys prepare for this offense?
Yeah, I don't know if he was, necessarily with his coaching staff that's there, the offense coordinator and stuff, but he do know Ashton and stuff. So he telling us one guy, y'all got to get to his motors, can't arm tackle and stuff. So he gave us a little tips on Ashton, but at the end of the day, it's going to be about us.
One of my colleagues doing a story on Mike Coach Jr. I guess what's your favorite thing about being his teammate?
Just competitor. You know, don't back down from any challenges and stuff. I've been with him 3 years now, and like just the way he go about his business and stuff. You know, like Woody just said, he played with a chip on his shoulder. You know, he's kind of undersized for a corner and stuff. So every time he take the field, he want to prove everybody like he can play at the next level, and he got what it takes to be one of the top guys in this conference.
When you go back to his junior college days, did you foresee this, him leading the nation in pass breakups, 4 interceptions at the FBS level?
Yeah, might sound crazy, but kid always been like, he always been good. You know what I mean? Like he didn't really have coaches and stuff. Like he got with Coach JT and stuff. But you could see the potential that he had and stuff. That the ceiling was going to be very high for him. So I definitely could see it.
How much joy do you take in seeing him have success and you having success with him?
You know, coming from JUCO and stuff, you know, our background and stuff, it's good seeing your teammate, your brother, you know, go out there and do what he's doing on Saturday. And I love to see him keep doing what he's doing.
Boise State kind of known for its explosive plays. You guys allowed a couple of those against Colorado State. I guess what's going to be the biggest thing in making sure they have to earn it 10, 12 plays if they're going to score rather than just one big one?
Starts with communication. You know, like Coach said, we had a couple miscommunication in secondary last week, and it led to explosive plays. We take them explosive plays away. Colorado State game definitely could have been different and stuff. So it's definitely going to start with communication. That's what it all boiled down to last week. We wasn't communicating, getting to certain checks and stuff, and it cost us.
I know you guys probably haven't played your best the last couple of games and only 3 games left this season. I guess what would you describe as kind of still the buy-in and motivation of this team with 3 games left?
Yeah, this team is, man, they still fight. We understand what we have in front of us. We got a national televised game this Saturday, you know, senior night, you know, guys like me, Mike Keaton, our last game. So we fired about that. Last home game, Mackey did UNLV, like, you know, we walk around town and stuff. Everybody already talking about the cannon and stuff, you know, get it back. So we still got a lot of opportunities in front of us, and this team not going to lay down, and we're just going to keep showing up every week, every day, and practicing hard.